Okay, got another one. It's been a busy week. My whole first half of the month here has just been me trading my horns for other horns that presented themselves as an opportunity. So this one that I'm about to show you came through a college student who bought a horn from me when he was in high school. He bought a Holton Galaxy for a jazz band when he was in high school and played it into college, and then was selling it because he had an opportunity to buy a different horn, which I'm going to show you here in a second. Anyway, he's gone on to study over the last 2 years at Biola University. His name's Nathaniel. He said that he didn't have really too much of an interest in the horn that he was using for jazz and was looking for something a little easier. And so you may have seen in my previous video that I did a demo video on sort of a combine horn of mine, which was a Bach Mercedes, which had the 36B top and the Selmer Bolero 508 slide. Well, that's the horn he came after. So he, out of about 10 horns that he tried, he picked my 1939 Holton 65. What we traded was his Jupiter XO 1632, which is a 500 bore. Now you're looking at what's with the counterweights. This is the only counterweight that came with it, so this really isn't substantial enough. So I added this one. I had it replated. I bought it. Plating was all missing, so I had this one replated. So it's a King counterweight. It's not an XO counterweight like this one says right here. Okay, XO. But you'll see the review on this from John Fedchuk. And it's a 7.5-inch bell, gold brass, 500 bore, nickel slide, and nickel top. And it's a very responsive horn. If you go onto YouTube, you can find John Fedchuk talk about the 1632. And I think it's what they call the LT, which is a light slide. So it's a 1632R LT. But here it is, 500 bore. Okay, it's got the XO, what they call the comfort brace, where it's kind of curved and it's easy to hold. And down here, John said that they had created this because the best resistance point on the bell was a little farther forward, which you find on the King 2Bs and 3Bs. They curve this way and attach farther forward. This is very much in that same vein. Good nickel up here, called nickel braces, nickel brace here, nickel hand slide, nickel outers, and it's really a nice horn. So, and a very lightweight horn, except, for my 3-ounce weight up here. So let me play a few things here for you. This I'm going to be playing on a Marcinkiewicz 6E that I had replated. It's one of my favorite mouthpieces. So it gives it a little darker tone. I was playing this on my Jet Tone Irby Green Model M mouthpiece that I got from Facebook friend Keith Mayo. But it's a little too bright and poppy for this recording device. So here we go. So it's got a really rich tone for a small lightweight horn. And why is that? That's why. That is a heavyweight bell. I'm kind of impressed. This is a horn made in a Chinese factory. Jupiter, they flip between China and Taiwan. I believe their high-end horns are made in Taiwan. But it's a soldered bead with a thin wire in there, and it's a pretty big bead, and the bell it's heavy. So it gives it that classic vintage 50s tone, sort of that Elkhart tone out of like a 77H, right? 7.5-inch bell. Yeah, and the heavy bell gives it a really, really strong core and center. I'm really impressed. I'm not like anti-Chinese horns, but this was well made. John Fedchuk did a good job helping design this horn, and it's pretty cool. All right, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. If you can find a used one or even a new one, the Jupiter XO 1632R LT, right? Red brass, lightweight slide, 7.5-inch bell, soldered bead, heavyweight. Real nice. But I'll warn you, unless you're okay with front heavy horns, this isn't enough. So you may have to add another one. Okay, bye-bye.